Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live. Our topic today is opening files from our File Explorer and our Finder into the Artistic Digitizer software. Let me go ahead and put the camera on and say a proper hello. Hi there. I'm Anne Hein, Embroidery Software Specialist for Janome America. And today, as I said, I'm going to show you, it's not a new way, it's just a way we haven't probably explored before of how to open your files directly from your File Explorer if you're on Windows, PC, or if you have a Mac from your Finder. You can open them right into AD. Pretty cool. Now, I do love the browse function. So that's for me is the top thing. And the reason I like it is when I open browse, I can see pictures of all my designs. So for me, I like that part of it. But if there were designs I already knew and I knew what they were, like maybe a whole alphabet or something, I could open all of those all at once. I wouldn't have to go to the browser. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We are going to start on the Mac first, and then we're going to go to the PC. I have them both set up here today so we can play with both of those and have a lot of fun with that. So let me get some room here on my area, and then we're going to go to the software. And all right, so I'm going to open my Finder as well. So that's up here. And if you're not familiar with a Mac, this is their File Explorer. You have your areas over here where you would open up your folders, and then they would all be over here on this side like that. And you have other places you can go. If I have a USB stick in there, my USB stick is right here. My machine is on, but it's not connected today. So you would see my machine there as well. So you can see all that stuff right from the Finder. So that's very nice, but you don't see pictures of the design. So if I open this up, you'll see a PDF, but you won't see a draw or a JEF file there. So that's what I'm talking about. If you were in your browser, if you come here to the browse function and you open something up over here, like I have my Christmas tree skirt, here's that biddy basket. There's the draw file and there's the PDF. So it opens up pictures of your designs. And the other one on the front page is the open here. And this will only open show you a picture of one thing. You can click through and look at all of them like that. So if I had them open in browser, you would see them all on the page here. Okay, so let's go back to the welcome screen because there's two ways to bring your designs in from your, let me clear that little window that keeps popping up, from your Finder when you're in the Mac. And the same way you can do it from your File Explorer, and I'm going to go over and show you that so you see the visual. But if you start first on your welcome page, there's ways to open multiples, and it opens them on multiple pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my embroidery file, and I'm going to go to this alphabet folder and open that. And I can click and drag these over like that, and it will open it up on a page. There it is. And then if I drag another one, because that page is open, okay, let's close that, sorry. If I open another one, it opens right to that work page. So let's go back to the welcome page because I want to show you a few more things. Say you're working with this alphabet here, and I pretty much know this would be A and the last one would be Z, okay? Or if there are numbers, they would be in here too. So what I could do is I'm just going to open up maybe the first, this is 12 designs right here. And I'm going to hold down Shift. Let's see. There we go. I can click and drag, get all of those together, left click and drag. And then I'm going to, let's see. I got to keep the Shift on there. Okay. And then I could bring them all over here. There's 12 designs you can see in that little red circle. I can let go, and they'll all open on one page. Oh, no, they opened on individual pages. Sorry. They opened on individual pages. So now I would have to go through and, copy and paste to all those pages. But an easier way, I'm going to delete all these because I don't want to have so many windows open as I go. You can also open artwork from your welcome page and your Finder. I'll do one of those to show you that. And then I'll show you how to do some multiples. This one opens multiples to new pages. So the thing you need to remember is that let's see, when you're working on a work page, things will open to the same work page. When you're working from the welcome page, it opens all the designs individually. So you could open, let's go back in here. I'm going to go to my embroidery folder and let's see what's in here. Oh, my split flower. Here we go. So in here, I have my JPEG here of the flower, but I do have it split in here. So I can take one of these and drag it over here. And it gives me the trace window. Now I'm on on this laptop right and on my Mac book, I'm on the junior program. So I only have two choices. I could auto digitize it and hit OK, and it'll bring up this window and I could change my color limits and all of that. I'm just going to do them quick. And then it pops it open. Okay. If I open a new page and I go back to my Finder, let me get my Finder back in here. And I'm going to move this guy over. There we go. If I click on this one and drag it over, I get the same option. I'm just going to open it as a backdrop this time. Well, let me get it. There we go. I don't know why it's not. I must have the Finder in the way here or something. There we go. Okay. And then I can open it to the trace window. So there we go. So now I can work with it. So it opened individuals. But if I know I want to work on, let's go back to the Finder. I'm going to work on these three right here. So I'm going to hold down Shift and select them. And then, well, first of all, let me get a new page because I want them all in. Here we go. I'm going to drag them over like this. And it's going to open them up. And I can auto digitize this one. And it's going to show up. There it is. It showed up in the next one. It's only giving me the auto digitize trace function because that's what I chose with the first one. So it's going to make all of them the same. That one's up there. And then this is the last one. And then I could come in here. Let me back up to make sure. I could move them aside. And there are the three that I opened up. So you could open them all on one page if you want, like that. If you have three graphics that you want to work with together, you can open them all on one page, or you can open them on individual pages. So let me go ahead and close some of these so we don't have them in the way of our working today. So not only can you open your JEF files or other files of other formats, you can open multiples of multiple formats at the same time. I'm trying to think if I have one in here that maybe this one. Nope, those are all JEF files. All JEF files. So if you have, let's see, I don't know if I have. I don't have any in there. Let me go back to my embroidery. I don't keep a lot of things on my Mac, and let me see if it's in this one. Okay, so this one has, this is an HUS, this is a JEF, this is a PES, and this is a VIP. And so if I wanted to open all three of the, let's open through here. I'm going to hold down Shift and select these like that. And then I'm going to drag them. I'm on my welcome page. I'm going to drag them over. Hang on a second while these stay together. There we go. I'm going to drag them over here, and it's going to go open each of those on a separate page. Even though they were different formats, it opened them onto my machine page for me. It's a Jeff, so it auto-converted it to that file for me. Now, sometimes when you do an auto-convert like that, they don't always look great. These look pretty good. I had one come through earlier that had a lot of jump stitches that were kind of hard to work with. So you can open multiples of designs that are not the format of your machine. Okay, so most, we're here on a Janome page, so most of us are going to have a Janome, but some of us have multiples. Or if we came from another brand to Janome, you don't have to convert all your other brand designs to a Jeff file to use them. You can just drag them in and open them, or go to browser to the folder and open them. The software will automatically open it, so you don't have to go and convert all your files like that. The only thing that helps if you do that, if you convert them and save them, is if you're just wanting to go get one design and not open your software and do a copy and paste, then you would want to have them all converted. But for me, and some people have hundreds and hundreds of designs, so I don't know, reconverting all those, that takes a lot of time. So I think I would just convert as I go on that part of it. So you can see from your welcome page, you can open both artwork and designs, multiple designs that go to multiple pages, artwork, all of that can be done. Now, if you're on a work page, the difference in a work page is if I brought these in on a work page, well, that's not going to be a good one. I'm going to go back and get here and go to this one. If I brought these in here, let's bring in these ones here to my work page. I'm going to drag them over here. There we go. It puts them all on one page. So then, and it keeps them grouped, so I could just move them over. Hang on one second as I get things back in place. There we go. And then you could just move them. This is great for working with those alphabets or fonts that you've purchased that are already embroidery designs. You could open the whole alphabet here, and then put them all in here like this, and then you could resave this and call it complete or whatever. So when you want to work with the whole alphabet, you can open up your complete folder, and all of these will come over like that. To do that, if I wanted to save this, I then would go up to my file and I would do save as, and I would open up here. Here's alphabets right there. I could save it right in that folder, and I'm just going to call it, I have another one in there that says complete, so I'm going to call this one complete too, and then save. So then it would be in that same folder. So here, but this one here is now, I saved it. They're all well, I didn't change them to Jeff files, and they should be Jeff files because they're still Jeff files, even though they say draw. Let me show you that again so that we see that. When I go to save as, change this here to Jeff, and I'm going to do that, and we'll save it again. And it's okay that it doesn't fit the hoop. It should still, sometimes it saves it when you're doing, let me try it again because I've had it saved before, even though, or maybe you have to save it as a draw when they're outside the hoop. I'm just going to cancel this. But yeah, so you'd have to keep it as a draw. They're not actual true draw files, because just because you took a Jeff and changed the extension to a draw does not make them a draw file. Okay, you still have to convert to curves. So if I had my whole alphabet here, I could do something like this. I could pull in just the letters I need like that. And when I'm done, I can delete these ones here, delete the rest of the alphabet, and then go to File, Save As, okay, and create a new file. And I'm going to put this is AGH. I'm going to change it to a JEF file and do save. And then we'll look at it over here. So now you can see there's the file I just made. Okay. So it's, so for some people, this might be a lot easier of working in this way. It just depends. Now, when you're in here, I love that you can open multiples all on one page. Sometimes you don't want that, but sometimes you do. Now, lettering, I think it's going to be a great help to some people. Instead of opening one letter at a time, opening a letter at a time, copy, paste, copy, paste. Get them all in here. Save them as a draw. They're still JEF files or whatever file format you're bringing them in as. Work with them and then resave your design under a new name. Always make sure or you've lost or you'll lose what you had. You don't want that to happen. And if I open something else from my Finder, so I have those letters up there, let me go back to here, and maybe I want to grab this one and bring it over. It'll bring it into whatever work page is open. Okay. So if I want to I would start a new page. I could come over here and maybe I want to open, let's see if I can open, where is my desktop? There we go. The split flower. And if I want to open multiples here, this is the one I'll open that one as a backdrop. And then this one, it's going to let me auto digitize. And it's, as I said, this is opening all in the same one. We might have done this one already where they're going to open all on the same field. There we go. And we'll just, so they're all on the same one. So when you're on the welcome page, it opens them individual pages. When you're on the work page, it opens them all into the work page because it thinks you're going to work with them all together. So I'm just not going to save that. So that's the only thing to remember. If I was on my welcome page and I went to my Finder and I wanted to open, let's just say 2 of these, and I drag them over here, auto digitize. There's one. I think it's going to make it 2 pages, auto digitize. So I have the page there and my page there. So that's the difference to that. If you want things to land on different pages, open them from your Finder into Artistic Digitizer from your welcome page. Okay? All right. So hopefully that everyone understands that part. I'm going to go back to the camera for just a minute before we switch over. And we're going to switch over to my PC. So I'm filming it with my camera, so it's not as clear as you get the Mac view, but you'll understand all of how to do it. So I just want to make sure everybody sees that because, just because I showed you the Mac view, it's very similar. I mean, Mac has a Finder and PC has File Explorer. So let's go over there. I'm going to pull that up. Okay, so here we are, and I have my Artistic Digitizer open here in the middle. And then I'm actually going to close this here. So here's my Artistic Digitizer. It works the same, as your as in my Mac as well. But I'm going to go over here to this side, and this is where my File Explorer is the folder that's right here. It might be hard to see, but there's a folder right there. I also want to show you down here, this little arrow. This is where, let me highlight that. This is your hidden tools icons. So when you click there, this is where you're going to find your software key. And you would double click on it to open it up if you're going to log in and out of your program. So even if your program is not showing your tasks over here, your icons, it may be across the bottom. You'll still see this hidden icons, and that's where it'll be. Now on a Mac, it's at the top, very, very top of your Mac, on the very top ribbon. So that's where it is on the Mac. So here I'm going to open up my Explorer, my File Explorer, And this is where, this looks familiar to everyone, right? All of our PC people, our Windows people. Here are all the groups of things, and I have an embroidery file here. I'm going to open that. And here's all the different ones that are in there. And let me come down here. I have embroidery categories, and I also have embroidery by company. So if I go under embroidery categories, I can come down here to Christmas and open up my Christmas one. And again, because we are in our File Explorer, we can't see the pictures. I could open them over here in the browse if I wanted to, but I want to show you how to open them here, just like we did over on the Mac. So I could click on one and drag it over, and it's going to make one copy on a new page right there. Okay, these are old pages I'm going to discard that we don't need, that I brought in before. And then if I go back to my welcome page, maybe I want to open, all the Carol ones. Let's go here. So I'm clicking on the first one. I'm going to click on the first one, hold on Shift, go to the next one, the bottom one that you want. So you get all 4 of them. Left click and drag it over here. And once it gets over here, it's loading. It'll open on individual pages. You can see right across the top, these are the individual pages, just like it did in the Mac. Okay, that's all the same. So let me discard that. Now, when I go into the work page, again, it's the same way as the Mac. If I opened a work page and say I brought in just one of these like that, and I was like, oh, you know what? I can probably put more than one in the hoop. So let me grab these 3 and bring them over. And it'll put them on top of each other, but keep them grouped. And then I can move them in here like that without doing that whole copy paste kind of thing. And then I would figure out, I got to turn them or whatever, however I would get them all in the hoop. So this may save you a bit of time. Same thing, we could do the same thing over there on the Mac, same way. Remember we did the alphabet over there? I could bring in the alphabet and save the whole alphabet here if I wanted to and work with it that way as well. When we go back, let me close, I'll discard that. If we're on the welcome page and we're going to open, we can open multiple designs from multiple, let me see if I have one in here. I think I have some that are, here we have some things that are different formats. You can see an EXP, a JEF, a VP3. So if I wanted to, I could take all of these like that, drag them over. 7 of them are going to come over. Some of those are not ones that will open. Oh, maybe they won't open some of the ones that are. Let's just take these 2. There we go. There's some other ones here that are not appropriate. So it opened them again on individual pages. When I mentioned earlier about opening, let me go back to my welcome page. When you open some, they might not open as nice as others. So this was a VP3. It gave me a lot of jump stitches, which were, I think I'd have to, when I stitch it, I'd have to make sure my jump thread cutter is on my machine, and I'd be able to do that. So you can open multiples of different designs. Once you're in your work page, if you wanted to open multiples on the page, just like we did with the other designs, I could come in here and open these 2 here. And they're two A's that don't have anything in them. So you can open multiples that way. I think this is a great way. Some of us are more comfortable working through their File Explorer or their Finder rather than coming down here and using the browse function. For me, the browse function is easy because this is my File Explorer. And in the when you open your Mac, this ends up being what is your Finder. So, but it may be easier to do it the other way. I like it this way because when I open something in here like this, it opens and shows me pictures of all the designs. And I like to see that before I'm bringing them in. And I could bring in multiples and things like that here as well. But some of us really like to work from our File Explorer or our Finder. So let me put the camera on back over here. So before we go there, any of these designs, whether I'm on my Mac or my PC, when I'm ready to use it and I'm done working with it, I always export. I like to export through the machine drop down right here. It gives me all my options. If I want to go to USB storage, to take it to a USB to my machine, or if I want to wirelessly send it over or use the cable. It automatically opens the window that I need. So it makes it easy for me to load my USB to take to my machine. Now, when I get done working with something, I do like to go up to File and Save As, and I will save it to my PC or my Mac. And then both of my computers are backed up to cloud accounts. Actually, they're backed up through Janome somewhere. So I do that. But you really should have your designs. I'm going to put the camera back on. You really should have your designs backed up onto an external drive, a cloud account, Dropbox, maybe multiple things like that. You don't want to store all your designs on all those USBs. I mean, I have a drawer full. Oops, where did they go? I have like a bucket of, this is just a little thing of my USB sticks. And hear this, maybe you don't keep them like that. Maybe you keep yours in a little book and everything, but they don't hold up all that well. After a bit, they do break, or they just, things get damaged in there. So, if you want to keep like say you have all the flower designs, all these Christmas designs or whatever, and you want to sort them onto your USB sticks so you can just grab them and go to your machine, that's great. But make sure you save those somewhere safe, a cloud account or external drive. That way, when you have a computer crash and you lose everything, which I've had that happen twice. I've been with Janome 12 or 13 years, so I've had my computer go down twice. You get the black screen of death, and and then you're like, So if you're backed up, all you have to do is go to your backup. And some things you can set up to do auto backups for you. Sometimes you have to save your designs like to Dropbox. So it's better to have those other things set in place. And if you want to use all those designs on your USB stick, that's great for ease of use. But I always tell people backup, backup, backup. You don't want to have that one day when you're like, the kid has taken the USB somewhere, you dropped it, you lost it. Then now you've lost all those designs. You have to go back to the to where you got them and then download them again. And some only let you download for a certain amount of time and so forth. So you do want to make sure that your designs are safe. So hopefully these new options, they're not new options, but they're new to us, will help you with as you go along through your work with the Artistic Digitizer software. Always finding your files and your designs is always a hard thing. Maybe this will be more clear for you and help you out a little bit that way. All right, so I will see you again next year, actually. So 2025, it's just around the corner, so close. I can't believe it. But I'll be back in 2025 with some great things to show you about the software and lots of other fun things that I have. I'm making a list and I'm checking it twice. So I'll have great things for you in the coming year. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me in the studio today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.